Well, that was a load of arse. I actually allowed myself to think that The New Mutants might actually be a passable enough film. A bunch of film reviewers that I follow and respect were all sort of saying similar things like, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, or I had a fun enough time with it. It was some variant of those expressions, but child. I mean, I was going in with low expectations. I wasn't expecting much from The New Mutants. I knew all about its beyond troubled production. But after so many delays, it finally got released amazingly, and the general consensus seemed to be it wasn't all bad. But let's call a spade, people. The New Mutants is horrendous. Anybody who tells you otherwise is just giving you false hope. Let's talk about The New Mutants. Hey up guys, so today I'm going to be discussing the long awaited X-Men spin-off film, The New Mutants, which is directed by Fault in Our Stars director Josh Boone. The screenplay was also written by Boone, as well as another chap called Knate. Before we dive in, if you guys want more movie and TV related content, don't forget to click subscribe. If you like the video, please hit like, and be sure to let me know what you thought of The New Mutants in the comment section down below. Most of you are already aware of this film's really troubled production. It was shot back in like 2017, and then the teaser trailer dropped, people weren't happy about it. They wanted to do reshoots, they didn't end up doing the reshoots, and then it just kept getting pushed back further and further, and then when Disney acquired Fox, it was just sort of left in limbo on the shelf, waiting to be released, and then COVID happened, and a lot of people thought this movie would never actually see the light of day, but here we are, coming slowly out of the pandemic, and they thought this was the right time to release this stinking turd pile of a movie. I don't mean to be excessively harsh on this film. It's easy to jump on the bandwagon when a movie really sucks, and this isn't the worst superhero movie there is, but I don't know why people are calling it an okay-ish film. I seriously thought this was such a muddled mess of a film. I think Disney knew what they had was terrible, so they thought, okay, let's release it the same week as Tenet, and yeah, it can just die a peaceful death there, and then we'll be done with it. The plot of The New Mutants is about 5 archetypal teenage mutant characters who are all being housed in this hospital by Dr. Cecilia Reyes, who's played by Alice Braga. All the teenagers have potentially dangerous superpowers, so they're basically learning how to control them. But as we see, the hospital isn't really a hospital. It's something a bit more sinister. The first big issue with The New Mutants is that it's not really sure what it wants to be. Is it a horror film? Is it an X-Men movie? Is it a young adult melodrama? It doesn't know. It never decides on what it wants to be, and by attempting to tick all of those boxes, it doesn't actually tick any of them. It's just this tonally confused mishmash, which is a real shame because we've never really seen an X-Men movie before in the horror genre, so it did have a unique selling point, this film. It actually had some potential, but my god, is that potential squandered? I mean, the marketing for this film did make it look like it was a horror film set inside this like creepy mental asylum almost, but not once was I scared in this film. The characters, while certainly being diverse, are all cliches. The actors playing them have all done great work, but none of them shine here. Not even Blue Hunt, who plays the protagonist of the bunch of them. She's called Daniel Moonstar. She's the newbie to the hospital. She's supposed to be the stand-in for the audience. You know, we learn what she learns. But even still, she didn't have a great script to work with to begin with. Charlie Heaton, Maisie Williams, and Anya Taylor-Joy all have a go at doing an accent, but all 3 of them have noticeable slip-ups in delivery. Alice Braga is about as interesting as a basin of dishwater. Enough said. The film is only an hour and a half long, but it still felt like a drag. I can't remember the last time I checked my watch so much watching a movie. The first half of the film is introductions to the 5 mutant characters, what their powers are, and they all have these manifestation nightmares of their worst fears. There's plenty of exposition in this film, but not enough in the places where you actually want it, like the Essex Corporation tease. I wanted to know more about what that was, as well as Lockheed, the hand puppet that Anya Taylor-Joy has, and how it comes to life. Like, what is that all about, please? And the last 30 minutes of this film is just a mess. It's like a slasher film where the scary thing that they're running away from is just shockingly bad CGI. Also, there's not much humor in this film, or if there is humor, it didn't really hit the mark because I don't remember laughing. I was laughing at how bad the CGI was in places, as well as when the characters' accents were like slipping up. As for positives, there's not much, I'm afraid. Normally with superhero movies, I can at least go to the whole, well, the visual effects are incredible, but I can't even say that about this film. The CGI is just so distractingly bad. Every scary thing in this movie just looks so fake. The setting is also drab, and I get it, it's supposed to be drab given it's a horror film, but it's just a bit uninspired. It's a lot of the same boring, colorless hallways and group therapy rooms. Doesn't even feel like they put much thought into the production design. One thing to celebrate about this film though is that there is a lesbian relationship front and center with its main characters, which is still a rarity in the world of big studio blockbuster superhero movies, so it's nice to see some progression here. As for other positives, yeah, I'm done. So I was asked them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? There's a big old no. Question number 2, do I recommend it for you guys? Oh no, sorry. If you guys thought Dark Phoenix was bad and think, oh, it can't possibly be any worse than that, well, trust me, it doesn't get any better. There's so few redeeming qualities about the New Mutants. So no, I wouldn't recommend this one, not even if you're a diehard X-Men fan and want to watch all of them in a marathon. I would still suggest that you skip this one. And question number 3, what score do I give it out of 10? It's such a shame that the last remnant of the Fox X-Men movies was so dire. It's such a sad, sour note to bow out on. The New Mutants is just about watchable, but I wouldn't say it's a passable film, so I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. But as always guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. Want to hear from you? What do you guys think of the New Mutants? Is it the worst X-Men movie? If it's not, let me know what you think the worst X-Men movie is in the comment section down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to click subscribe. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd, all in the video description down below. And for more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Airfield, and I'll see you next time.